When we think of the Hutt species, the words agile and trustworthy don't immediately spring to mind. After all, it was entirely due to their ginormous stature and keen eye for the criminal underworld that they became the greatest gangsters in the galaxy. So the prospect of a lightsaber-wielding Hutt seems not only out of character, but also a tad ridiculous. Yet the Legends universe found a way to shatter tradition with the introduction of a Jedi Hutt. His name Beldorion, his story, well, let's find out. Welcome to the Characters and Star Wars Lore Episode 190, The Rise of Beldorion. Discovered to be Force sensitive around 400 BBY and recorded to be the only Hutt to have ever graced the Jedi Order, Beldorion began his training on Coruscant alongside a wealth of Jedi initiates. Together, they travelled the galaxy in an effort to expand their knowledge and hone their Force abilities. This continued until each were ready to face the trials of knighthood, where they would either fail or succeed in becoming Jedi Knights. Thankfully, Beldorion and his close friend Tiselda fell into the latter category, and were therefore entrusted by the High Council to carry out assignments on their behalf. One of their very first missions as fully fledged Jedi Knights saw the pair dispatched to Nam Chorios. Unfortunately, neither would return with much success or even as members of the Order. Instead, Beldorion and Tiselda fell to the corruptive lure of the dark side, which deeply changed either individual for the worse. In saying that, however, Beldorion seemed to be the more negatively affected. Firstly, he declared himself as the ruler of the world, upon deeming his friend as the weaker of the two. And secondly, he enslaved many of his new followers, all while proclaiming himself as Beldorion of the Ruby Eyes and Beldorion the Splendid. Due to his isolation and detachment from the Jedi Order, Beldorion managed to survive Order 66 and the subsequent Great Jedi Purge. In fact, it was not until 13 ABY that his unopposed rule finally saw disruption. This came at the hands of Callista Mine, or at least it did initially. You see, the Jedi was jailed after failing to even reach the Hutt, but her sheer disappearance alerted both Luke Skywalker and Leia Organa. The latter of whom, whilst not as strong as her potential foe, made her way to Nam Chorios to hopefully exploit his lack of mobility in a one-on-one duel. Her plan worked to perfection, resulting in Beldorion's swift bisection, and just like that, the only known Hutt Dark Jedi was no more. Now it's time for this week's question. Which Force-sensitive alien species do you think is the most bizarre? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to vote for next week's episode by participating in the card poll on screen now. Also, to have your say in future lore videos, head on over to thecharactersans.com and get voting. If you learned something new from today's video, be sure to leave a like. And for weekly lore content, press that subscribe button and notification bell to keep it locked here to the Charactersans.